hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to Storytime with Mr. S. This week we read a lot of good stories. We read about a little red hen, we read about 3 billy goats, and we read about a boy who cried wolf. Today I'm going to read you an oldie but a goodie. This is a classic. This is Goldilocks and the 3 bears. And I like this story a lot. It's pretty cool. So here we go. We're going to read this story and talk about it when we're done. Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Once upon a time in a land far away, there was a little girl who was called Goldilocks because of her beautiful golden curls. How Goldilocks loved to run and play out in the green fields of spring. She would fill her baskets with wildflowers and chase the pretty butterflies that came floating by. One day, as she ran about the open fields, she came upon a strange and lovely woods. Now, deep in the woods lived 3 bears in their snug little home. There was a great big papa bear. There was a middle-sized mama bear, and there was a wee little baby bear. "Oh my," said Mama Bear one morning, "this porridge is far too hot to eat." "Why don't we go and pick berries while it cools?" said Baby Bear. Can we please?" "Well, I don't see why not," said Papa Bear. "The porridge can cool while we are out." And the 3 bears set off into the woods to gather sweet berries. About this time, Goldilocks came strolling by. She saw the snug little house deep in the woods which the bears lived in. Delighted, Goldilocks dropped her basket of flowers and ran to have a closer look. Goldilocks opened the front door of the little cottage and peeped in. Seeing no one was at home, she stepped in to take a look around. On the table, she found the 3 bowls of porridge left to cool. Oh no, boys and girls, Goldilocks went into a house that she didn't know about. She went into some stranger's house. You should never do that. That's terrible. The porridge smelled very good, so Goldilocks thought she would help herself to some of it. She first tasted the porridge from the great big bowl, which belonged to the great big Papa Bear, but she found it was much too hot. "Ouch," she said. Then she tried the porridge from the middle-sized bowl, which belonged to the Mama Bear, but she found that it was much too cold. Yuck! And finally she tasted the porridge from the wee little bowl, which belonged to the Baby Bear. She found that it was just right, so she ate it all up. She said. Goldilocks then saw that there were 3 chairs in the room, so she decided to sit down for a bit. She tried the great big chair first, which belonged to the great big Papa Bear. She found it was much too hard. Next, she tried the middle-sized chair, which belonged to the middle-sized Mama Bear, but she found it was much too soft. Then she tried the wee little chair, which belonged to the little Baby Bear, and she found that it was just right. But as she sat in the chair broke, sending Goldilocks falling to the floor. Oh no! Poor Baby Bear. Not only did she eat all his porridge up, but now she just broke his chair. Goldilocks thought she would look around the rest of the house, so she went upstairs. There she saw 3 beds. Suddenly, she decided she would lie down for a little nap. She tried the great big bed, which belonged to the great big Papa Bear, but she found it was too fluffy. Oh, goodness, no! Then she tried the middle-sized bed, which belonged to the Mama Bear, but she found it was much too lumpy. Yuck! So she tried the wee little bed, which belonged to the little Baby Bear, and she found that it was just right. She pulled the covers up tight, and soon she was fast asleep. And there she is, fast asleep in the bear's bedroom. There's the big bear's bed, which she didn't like. There's the middle-sized bed, which she didn't like, and the little baby bear, which was just right. When Goldilocks was asleep upstairs, the 3 bears returned with their baskets full of berries. They were very hungry from their walk, so they quickly went inside to eat the porridge. And Mama Bear looks a little worried because their door is wide open. That would worry me too. The Papa Bear looked at his bowl and thundered in his great voice, "Why, it seems somebody has been tasting my porridge." Then Mama Bear looked at her bowl and said in her middle-sized voice, "Why, it seems somebody has been tasting my porridge." Then Baby Bear looked at his little bowl and cried out in his little wee voice, "Somebody's been tasting my porridge, and they've eaten it all up, every last drop." Oh. Then the bears looked at their chairs, and Papa Bear said, "Why, it seems somebody's been sitting in my chair." And Mama Bear said, "It seems somebody's been sitting in my chair." Then poor Baby Bear looked at his chair and said, "Somebody's been sitting in my chair all right," and broke it into pieces. Then the three bears looked up the dark staircase. Could somebody still be in their house? They wondered. Papa Bear said in his deep voice, "I'd better go upstairs and have a look." Mama Bear said in her soft voice, "I'm coming after you." And little Baby Bear said in his wee little voice, me too, don't leave me alone down here." And the three bears slowly climbed up the stairs. The three bears tiptoed into their bedroom. Then Papa Bear said, "Why, somebody was lying in my bed." And Mama Bear said, "Somebody was lying in my bed too." Then Baby Bear looked at his bed and pointed and said, "Somebody's been lying in my bed all right, and there she is." At this moment, Goldilocks woke up in a fright and screamed. The three bears grabbed each other in fright and screamed too. Goldilocks screamed again, and the three bears screamed back. How long this went on for, I cannot say, but finally Goldilocks jumped up out of the bed. And there she is, and she looks terribly frightened, doesn't she? Of course, they look terribly frightened too. Goldilocks didn't waste a second. "Eek!" she said. She leapt through the upstairs window and ran away as fast as her little legs could carry her. She never again went to the house of the three bears. And that, boys and girls, is the end of the story. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I suppose the moral of this story is don't go into houses where you don't know the people who own it, right? That's terrible. You should never go into strangers' houses. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed reading it. Listening to it as much as I enjoyed reading it. Check back tomorrow. I'll have another great story. Don't forget to leave me a comment and tell me what you thought about it on the bottom of my Google Classroom page. And click the turned in button so that I know you saw it. Thank you, boys and girls. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
When she was done with her breakfast and felt full, she wanted to sit on one of the three chairs in front of the chimney to rest for a while. One of the three chairs was a big one, the other one medium, and the last one was a small one. First she tried to sit on the big one, but she couldn't even climb on it. She tried the medium one, but this one was very hard. It was very uncomfortable. Finally, she sat down on the smallest one. This one was very comfortable and exactly her size. But suddenly, the chair broke into pieces with a very loud noise. Goldilocks found herself on the floor and she did not know what to do.